let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind, we've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We don't ever need a plan, we'll be alright, just you and I. Singing from the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside. Gonna do it while we're young, in a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Someday we'll look back.
Welcome back to another Hockey Nation live show with the hockey coach, your coach Frenchie, directly from the beautiful country of Land of the Smile and Thailand on a great Tuesday night, July 11, 2023. We are here tonight talking about many things going on around the NHL. This is the night, guys, we can talk about the 32 team and anything. Any question about that? That's what is this the Tuesday night all summers about the NHL, the 32 team to talk about. We'll be back tomorrow night, guys. Don't forget the Ab Nation barbecue show tomorrow night with Nhl and Marco Larabie. Look like both of them are going to be with me live tomorrow night talking about your Montreal Canadiens, your best team in Quebec. We have a couple of things to talk about. What's the subject, Coach, tonight? Let's see what we got for you guys. The best move so far. So I'm going to have a couple of things to talk about: the trade, the UFA, the signature, and maybe what is missing for the team to get a bit better for the upcoming season. So we're going to go through this. I have some kind of suggestions. We're going to exchange between you and me. If you follow, guys, the Hockey Nation, you know every day I create a video. And today I make another video. It's called the App Daily News. So today, talk about the superstar. We have a superstar in Montreal, but we don't want to talk about. And we have one. And this is all about the video today I did about him. And then finally, of course, we have a deal. Finally, we have a deal between Alex Newhook and Ken Hughes. We're going to talk about this in the next couple of minutes. What is the deal all about? What bring to the Montreal Canadiens? And then, of course, don't forget, guys, we create another channel. It's not on yet, but you can subscribe. It's called the Am Nation. Luciano put the link about this. And we're increasing the number of people until we start this video at this channel at some point. And that's what we got tonight, guys, on the great evening, the Tuesday night, July 11, 2023. It's the beginning of the off summer, right? It's almost like one week now, a little bit, maybe 10 days now. The NHL go a little bit down, but we're going to continue to show up at some point. And again, we apologize for the lag of the internet. Still a problem in Thailand, so hopefully they'll be fixed in the next couple of days, and we'll go from there. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we don't have no show usually, so I just want to mention to you. So we are off for the off summer, and at some point we're going to take 1 week off. I don't know if it's following next week or the following week when I need to check my traveling situation. So that's what we got for me, guys. I'm rock and roll. I'm ready to rock and roll this show tonight. Hopefully, you guys, you're going to participate. A lot of great thing happened last night in the show. Great conversation, guys, between all of you. You make that show really better if you participate with exchange your knowledge about hockey. And that's what we ask you to do. Two things we want to ask you here in the chat, honestly, is to be sure you are respectful. But, of course, if you have any question to me, please don't forget to put the little Q. And I'm open up for you guys for about 90 minutes. So anything you want to talk about, please don't hesitate to ask a question. And then, of course, don't forget to click on the like so that we're increasing the number of viewers. We really have good month the last 30 days. The channel is growing slowly, properly, the right way. And this is not because of me, it's because each one of you come back every night talking about your favorite team and your passion about the game, the hockey, the NHL. So let's see what we got in the chat very quickly. We welcome everybody. I already said hi to Luciano, to Real Deal, RJ, and our tap. Luc Laverson early in the house tonight. Maybe the leftover, his sandwich is ready for tomorrow. Mr. Joe Derek from British Columbia is in the house. Welcome back. Thanks to be with our National Show. We have from Ottawa, Claude Richard is in the house. We have Frank Zalazar, the Cubano, is back in the house. Maybe from, I don't know, he came from Germany at some point. By the way, talking about Germany, we would like to say hi to our friend Adam Berger from the Vegas area, Nevada. Adam is on the trip right now around the world. He is in Italy, maybe, I don't know, Rome, I'm not sure. But hopefully you have an amazing, great trip over there. So Adam, the Hockey Nation, think about you, and we wish you the best vacation over there. Frank, how are you doing well in South Florida? Let me know what you think and what you think about the Panthers. Panthers make some kind of change on the off summer. And unfortunately, they're going to missing Ekblad and Montour, look like at the beginning of the season. Mike Riley, new players over there. They signed Evan Rodriguez for the Florida Panthers. They lost Kudas. Unfortunately, the Max Stahl is now with the Flyers. A couple of changes in the lineup. And then Bill Zito. You never know. Can this figure out to get Tarasenko? Who knows about that one over there? Thunder are here, so it will be here for long. Kaboom, again, light. That person, problem. Look, you have a Lange Gardien around you. You have a good karma over there. Coach has a suggestion. Detroit Tiger Claw is in the house. Welcome back. The captain, Danny T. He's in the house, or maybe is in the garage. Welcome back. And Max is in the house. Welcome back, Max. Thanks to be with us. Worst move is to leave down giving. Max Domi, number 28. Go Abs. Welcome, Max. Don't forget to click on the likes. KLS, our friend KLS is in the house directly from Carolina. Hopefully doing well, KLS. And the Detroit Red Wings, interesting team, talk about the Carolina Hurricane guys are going to make some move the next couple of days. And it's really, I just love the Carolina Hurricane, the staff management over there, how they make all the different things around the team. And, Robert Demo brings some kind of consistency and sometimes the loyalty and equity, and talk about the culture that the Carolina Hurricane bring over there with the Rob Bradamo. And the GM, Dan Waddell, is not afraid to make some big move. And he's not afraid to tell the player, look, this is the value we have for you. If you're not happy, guys, this is the door. Just go out. That's simple with the Carolina Hurricane. So they were supposed to trade for Tony DeAngelo. Did not happen yet. And the people asking me why, because I think the Carolina Hurricane have some other move. They sit in the race for Erik Karlsson. I'm going to talk about this in the next couple of minutes. But they sit in the race for Erik Karlsson, Tarasenko, and Max Sheffley. So 3 players, we're going to talk about this in the next couple of minutes, guys. So I'm going to bring you tonight for the first time in my new studio, NHL News Rumor. Interesting, coach, about that one over there. Where Detroit, the Gogla, we said earlier, sound to me saying the wing will. Take a month, coach. You deserve it. Not a month, but a week will be better for that one, for sure. How the weather in Ottawa, Danny? King is back in the house. King of Gamer, Mr. King. We wait for you. Carl Brooks. Carl Brooks. Carl Brooks. I went to his show. You know, Carl Brooks, it's a Tuesday night guy. We can talk about everything, right? I went to his show in Nashville in 2003, I believe. What he was really impressed for Carl Brooks, first of all, he have a lot of great songs during that time, right? He was really a good, country star. But for me, if ever you go to a show at Carl Brooks, one thing I was always remember, he was really entertaining. The guy gave a lot in return for the fans, and he was really, use a lot of gadget to use his show better and better. I really like the entertaining he bring around him for Guy Brooks. I think he was like a woman, like a Trish, I don't know, Yao Woods or something like that. She's another singer about that one there. I don't know too much about singer music about that one there. I came from Germany too, KLS. Here we go. André Robert Drouin is in the house tonight. André, welcome back in the house. Our friend Randy Walkman is in the house tonight. Randy, welcome back. Thanks to be with our initial show. The regular people pick it up. Anisha York turned into Drouin 2.0 in our tap. Not at all. Anisha New York turned into Drouin 2.0. No. Tout fun kind of plus, first of all. Tout fun type of the thinking. I don't see that at all in our tap at that moment. But you never know. It could happen about this. RG gave us all the information about this. RG sent the one for day, and the target was awesome. The Tigers in baseball look like an all-star game right now in baseball. Look like he had a home run derby last night. It looked like Guerrero won yesterday, for what I learned. Gary is back in the house. Welcome back, Gary. Thanks to be with our Canadian show. Just to get guys stuff up. What about our friend Sean McIntyre from the Maritime? I love to have Sean. Hi, go. Great saying. Again, love the comment there. They blow saying for the great team-friendly contract. So when the time is right to get a big player, need to put them over. Well said about this for sure. Tom Segura and Hilarious Willie Snyder is in the house, by the way, tonight. Welcome back on our friend Willie. William McClary is in the house. Everybody pick it up now. I'm glad to having each one of you in the house. It was one I tried little season pizza at Comerica Park. Here we go. Look like it's baseball. On the hook is a third liner from Luc Laverson. Coach, what will be an interesting pairing of Montreal Timbers you would like to see? I don't know. Are you talking about the players already inside the Montreal Canadian organization? Are you talking about the Montreal Canadian roster for upcoming season? Are you talking about the prospect players? Or are you talking about players from other teams who love to play with the Montreal Canadian? All this together gave me a better idea. I will give you an answer in the next couple of minutes. So, guys, here we go. It's time to get there. And I think you're going to tell me what you think about my new place. Directly for the NHL News Rumor Studio of the Hockey Nation. We have NHL News right now in Montreal. And tonight, first of all, we're going to talk about the Montreal Canadian Alex Newhook signed a new contract at $2.9 million AAV for 4 years contract extension. Surprisingly, I was expect 3 years and approximately $3 million at 3.3. I got half of $100,000 of foresee for that one over there. So I'm behind. I was not right. Look like I was 100,000 less about this one over there. So Alex Newhook signed a 4 years contract, guys. We're going to wearing the number 15 with the Montreal Canadiens. Which player are you remember the most wearing the number 15 for the Montreal Canadiens? Here's a great question for you guys. Which players and all time you remember, you maybe see, or maybe remember, never see the guy play, but you remember this guy wear that number 15 for the Montreal Canadiens. Which player are you remember the most? we should have all together, guys, to at least to find 4 players. Came on my head very quickly. So I'm sure you have more, but think about give me name of the number 15. Number 15 were the Montreal Canadiens. And again, you don't have to go gold, please. Just put this right away here. That'd be awesome. And on top, c'est Régent Hull. Willie Snyder about this. Zev Lecav is in the house. Welcome back. Peanut Hull. Look, and then Danny Fet Hull. Everybody talk about Hull. So New York signed a 4-year contract, guys, for the Montreal Canadiens. We know it was straight from the Montreal Canadiens, from the Colorado Avalanche. Returned, the Colorado got the 31st and 37th overall pick and Gianni Fairbrother. And then the Colorado trade their pick to Ross Colton for the Tampa Bay Lightning. But back to New York, guys. Look, you have 30 points last year, 14 goals, 16 assists, 82 games, having an average of about 30 minutes per game. Most of the time playing on the third line. And during his career is one of the 59 games. He has 66 points. What he brings on the table, but he brings speed. That's what he is. He's a double swinger position. He plays center or he can play winger. His speed is really what you make some highlights in NHL. I think because he was the solid team like Colorado Avalanche, at the time, he was limited at some point to not play too many minutes. Can he become a top 6 with the Montreal Canadiens? It was something we have to see. But he has the skill, the talent to become that player. For me, it's about finishing. Can he become the 20, 25 goals per year? It's only 6 goals. But if he can play on a power play unit number 2, he's a very good special team. He can play on PK, PP at some point. I think New York could become that kind of player for the Montreal Canadiens. Overall, if you think about this is another great signature like Sean just talking about. Can use, guys. And I got a lot of comments about my video yesterday. You can watch this video. The comments are another great move from Ken Hughes to sign him under maybe his value total. But like me, I thought it was going to be between $3 to $3.3 million. Again, 2.9. And for 4 years, not 3 years, 4 years. So he's going to become a UFA at the end of his term, if I can recall it properly. I did not look, honestly, but he's already 22 years old. So he should be, become a UFA. Someone knows already. Put this in the chat. That'd be great for information. So that's what is Alex Newhook. And I think this is a great move from both parties. And he's excited. He have a press conference from him during afternoon yesterday. And he talked about he's very enthusiastic and really look forward to play with the Montreal Canadiens and for the coach, Martin Saint-Louis. So, kids from Newfoundland, like I said to you, 3 years already in NHL. We'll see what he's going to do with the Montreal Canadiens. And if you have any comments about him in the chat, please put this there. We're going to check the feed right now. We're going to be back at the studio at the news for the month and the Hockey Nation. Let's see what we got here, guys. Pick it up all from here. New Hook, I will regret the 4 years deal. He said, Luciano. Régent Hull for Leo Renault is in the house. Welcome back. Sean, KK was the only one I can think of. Yeah, Kokanemi is the number 2 on this one over there. Bobby Smith, Josh Farrell's number 15. Well said, Mr. Enartap, about this one over there. Le Crochet, super fast, good second line. We got next year, some play in the first line. Joseph Lahem back in the house. Joseph sent the elimination of the Devils. He took a couple of days off and maybe weeks off about the hockey. Now he's starting to reset and thinking about the Devils. Joseph, going to about this. Leo Renault nailed it. Bobby Rousseau is my another players. About Bobby Rousseau, number 15. That's the name of the players that talk about this. Claude Larose and the one Johnny Golden back in the house. Johnny, welcome back. You're absolute about Claude Larose. Love to hear that, guys. You're sharing a lot of things. 2.3 million is 3 years was my experience. A lot of pros sit on my eyes. Here we go. A lot of people talk about Coach Claude Larose. Randy Walkman, you're absolutely about this. I like this contract. It reminds me of the Arturi Lekonen contract. You're absolutely about this. And that's what we got, guys, about this. King, I'm going to back on your question the next couple of minutes, guys. The second signature we want to talk about, guys, is the New York Rangers signed the defenseman 6'5", Kadri Miller, $3.8 million for a 2 years contract. And, that's put now the New York Rangers with Lafreniere and an extra forward to sign for the upcoming season. Approximately, $3 million for them? Maybe 2.5, $3 million for the Rangers. Great signature to get Kadri Miller. I think he's 23 years old. Drafted between the 22nd and 25th overall pick by New York Rangers. I love Kadri Miller. He reminds me of solid defensive players, very good with his stick, huge, big format. If he can bring a little bit more offensive on his game, it'll be good. But again, this is a great defenseman and a good contract as a second pairing for the New York Rangers. Chris Torrey did a good job to sign him for 2 years. And then after that, he still have one more year, I believe, RFA before he become a UFA. Nicolas de Gobi-Bono is in the house. Welcome back. Thanks to be with us. I don't know about my internet. Hopefully it's better. Franco Altschiller, Di Pietro came to my mind, but Richard also at number 15 for a while. Well said, Franco, about Paul Di Pietro, right? Great to hear that. It's awesome, guys. You have so many things about this. Is a fantasy contract for Meilleur. Rangers going nowhere with Laviolette behind the bench. Coach said, cannot believe that Perry got $4 million in Chicago. Corey Perry. Yes, William. I think he brings so much now. Would be interesting. It's only 1 year, and the Chicago Blackhawks, William, they were under the limit. The minimum limit of the salary cap. So they have a lot of money to spend. I think that's the only way they can bring Corey Perry. But look, the value of Perry is a little bit more because what he brings as the hockey professional on his leadership around the team. He can teach a lot of people over there how it takes to win and the way he play. So I think this is a good deal for both for both parties at the end. Perry make a ton more money what he was expect, at least $2.5-3 million more. And return, the Chicago going to use his service for at least one year. And the connection came also with Luke Richardson together. So we'll see what happening about this one over there. Look at 3.8. Montreal can focus on the top 6 Roger for what now? A goalie development. You're absolutely right. Coach, where do you all knew where name coming from? Now I see New Hook about this one over there. Chicago picking a garbage lot of the room. Le Crochet, Danny, about this. The next player, guys, we want to talk about is the Nashville Predator. They get it. They got Denis Kuryanov. We know Kuryanov came from the Dallas Stars to the Montreal Canadiens on the trade for Dadonov. Kuryanov, I believe, has 7 goals with the Montreal Canadiens. Again, it's a goal in my head. And he signed a 1-year contract only at $800,000, $50,000 with the Nashville Predator. Look, the Nashville Predator want to add more winger inside the team. They don't have. I predict, guys, the Nashville Predator finish at the bottom 7 in NHL next year. That's how I feel about the Nashville Predator right now. About like the same thing with Montreal Canadiens, but we can talk about this a bit later. So Kuryanov signed a contract 1 year with the Nashville Predator. Le Crochet, Pittsburgh making a push for Eric Carlson. Coach, can you give your thought on the Senator prospect Tyler Boucher? He is the highest overall pick. That still is not jumped to the NHL yet. But Tyler Boucher was drafted a couple of years ago, I think in 2020, 2021, 10 overall pick. It was surprisingly a lot of people. He was not at the top 10 prospect. I think at that year it was 20 to 32 at the end of the first round. Tyler Boucher is a little bit an agitator. Is a guy is forechecking a lot. A little bit of a Tkachuk style, maybe not on the offensive side, but a guy can play that level. He popped up last year with the Ottawa Senator. It's a Yannick Gourde example. He's a guy can score 10, 15 goals per year, I believe, in NHL. But the guy is not afraid to go in front of the net, and he push around. And that's what he is, Tyler Boucher. He took him a little bit longer to come in the NHL. But I think it'll be maybe that year it could maybe come and stay in NHL. We'll see with Ottawa Senator what kind of lineup or roster they're going to do. But that's what is Tyler Boucher. They'd be surprised they draft him at 10 overall pick. I was not expect him to be at that high that year, but we'll see. how you going to become a Boucher in the future. Hopefully, this answer to your question properly, Mr. King. And I will be at 20 at the end of the season. For that one, the next news we want to talk about, guys, looks like COURNOYER would be sitting at the end of the bench, closer to the parking lot. Next player, guys, the Carolina Hurricane signed Brendan Lemieux, not Claude Lemieux, the PP 2.0, a one-year contract at $800,000. Like I said, the Hurricane continues to shopping right now. They really shop left and right to add more players inside the lineup. And that's what happened. Lemieux was a little bit the last 2 years traveling around different team. Obviously for him, is a borderline four line. He bring some kind of the intensity on the game. You know, he can fight if he want to. He tried to play a bit more the game on the offensive side. It's another four-liner at any team, and you want some kind of the forechecker like him. That's what you get with Brendan Lemieux. That will maybe helping a little bit more at the bottom the bottom of the lineup of the Carolina Hurricane. Same like Lawrence left the building over there. I think that's where Lemieux can bring some kind of toughness inside of the Carolina Hurricane if they need it. Look, taxi plays. We'll see what got one over there. Now, we push up for a playoff spot. Forsberg, Hosey, Zaros, O'Reilly, Niquish, Glass, and solid top four defensemen. Yeah, no chance of what they have right now in our top. Do you talk about maybe the top five players? Look, Forsberg, Hosey, Zaros, stop there in our top. That's it. Don't talk about O'Reilly. Don't talk about Niquish. They are not going to score 30 goals. They're not going to score 25 goals. They're not going to make 60 points. I don't see that allowed for them. They're going to have a good team, not enough to be in the race against the Colorado, Minnesota, and the Dallas Star, in my opinion. They will maybe try to find a spot with Winnipeg Jet number 4. But again, I don't think so will happening. The Pacific Division with the Seattle Kraken, the Edmonton, the Kings, and the Vegas 14 right now. They're going to maybe get maybe a 5 team on that division versus 3. So it would be interesting to see that. I don't see the Nashville at that moment in our top. Let's see what we got other. We'll break next year. Look like for Luciano. Lemieux Jr. is a French NHL. And Rabinac, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us. Don't forget Willie. I think the Canes are not done. Also, they should come out trap at the ease. William, you're absolute about this one over there. KLS have to get to $61.7 million. When with Detroit new acquisition, do you think this year will finally be the year of the push into the playoff? I apologize for KLS. He loved the Detroit Red Wings, guys. It's a great question, King. I don't see that. Why? If you look about the defensive players they have as the defensemen, I don't see that the quality they have. I think right now the team of the Buffalo, Ottawa, and the Detroit Red Wings, the team can make the playoff, in my opinion, is the Buffalo Sabres. I think they have one step over. For the 3 team last year, we talked a lot about them last season, right? This is a team, the Buffalo Sabres, step over compared to any other team at the bottom. So it's going to be Detroit, Ottawa, going to try to find something, but I don't think so. They have enough to go on that still in the playoff or try to make the playoff. I understand what Detroit, but they're still missing a couple of pieces at the defenseman. I don't like Ben Chariot to be your top 3 best defensemen. I understand they have Zader, Edvinson, but it's not good enough. They are still second year in NHL, and one is going to be his first full year in NHL. And overall, DeBrincat, Larkin, right? Raymond, you still have to count on David Perron. David Perron is at 35 years old. I don't see Detroit right now. They are better with DeBrincat, of course, but I don't see them to make a push right now to make the playoff. I could be completely wrong, guys. I understand that, but I don't see that. Right, you're always wrong. Coach heard today, Chef Nicole start skating today. Good news for the weekend. Yeah, you're sorry about this. Talking about Shevnikov, we know he was an injury with a knee, and now he's starting his recovery on the ice at this moment. Will be interesting. Ottawa again will not make the playoff. I feel that Jose Duarte is in the house. Welcome back, Jose. Thanks to be with our Canadian show. We have another breaking news, guys. The Arizona signed the Travis Dermott as $800,000 a 1-year contract. Dermott, we know, play a couple of years with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Try to stay in the NHL. The Arizona with the departure of 2 defensemen, Chikron and Cody Bichir. They need some reinforce their defensive core, and they'll add Dermott. There'll be one of them, and that's where the signature came for Dermott. This is, guys, all the new signature we got right now, and the last 24 hours. Maybe have someone happening the last 2 hours, but this is what I got for you for NHL news. I want to talk a little bit, guys, very quickly before we talk about the subject tonight. We still have a lot of time to talk about. It's only 9:30. I want to talk about, guys, the top free agent we got at this moment. And the one I want to talk about is Vladimir Tarasenko. Tarasenko right now could become, look like the Ottawa Senator is the front runner to get Tarasenko. But I will not discount the New York Islanders, and I will not discount the Carolina Hurricane. I talked to you guys earlier about the Hurricane. They are involved with different players that can maybe make a trade. Or sign as a UFA. So Tarasenko could be a target for the Carolina Hurricane. We know they lost Max Pacioretty, and we heard after they lost Shevnikov last year, the offensive punch their punch for scoring was not there at the end. It was one the lack of problem of the scoring goal at the end of the playoffs last season. To add a Tarasenko possible. Some thinking maybe Tarasenko will return to New York. I don't think so. But this is going to be only for me a 1-year contract and maybe at $6 million. That would be the max. But you never know. Sometimes the team think a little bit differently. They think that Tarasenko is the man they need to make the playoff. We'll see. But Ottawa Senator right now, all the team are maybe looking. I will not discount about the New York Islanders. Another team are maybe looking to add more punch on the offensive side of the game with Barzal, Bo Horvat, and of course Anderdy and Brock Nelson. So Kane signed Turtle Jr. New Ottawa owners will be focused more on the marketing, the team, and filling seed. And Sonics build a good team. You will see, Luciano. Hope for Toronto fans traveling does not turn the Leaf into the Flame 2.0. Ottawa, even with Tarasenko, will not make a playoff. He should really look to the Carolina. William, I was 5 minutes behind, no problem. About that. So it'll be interesting for Tarasenko. My second player I want to talk about is it's easy. It's Matt Tomba. Tomba, you have 2 teams right now all looking to get him. One of them is Arizona Coyotes. I just mentioned the problem they have on defensive zone. My second team I'm thinking is the San Jose Sharks. Now the Sharks are waiting about Erik Karlsson. I feel like Tomba already have a contract with San Jose. When they're going to trade Karlsson, but then that opened the door, guys, to get Tomba with the San Jose Sharks. So it'll be interesting to see where Tomba is going to go. And my next player, guys, I don't want to go all the players we have, but I want to talk about who? Thomas Tatar. Tatar played a good year last year with the New Jersey Devils. We knew he signed a contract of 2 years, a little bit at $4 million. The last 2 years with the Devils become a UFA. Of course, prior to that, it was with the Montreal Canadiens. Have a good season with Montreal with Gallagher and Philippe Dano. Look, he's a guy can play properly on the defensive zone. Really smart hockey player. I think he still have something to deliver to show to give to the team. We're going to sign him. Who are you thinking? I think, guys, you have 2 teams I'm thinking about. The Winnipeg Jets is one of them, and then I will say to you the Nashville Predator. A 1-year contract for him. I think at $2 million you can get him. So it'll be interesting what Tatar is going to go. But this another UFA, I believe, is going to be at some point going to sign a contract in NHL. It could be a little bit lower, by the way. but it's something we have to follow up for sure about Tatar. I want to get finishing this, guys, about the NHL news. Hopefully you enjoy my new studio of the news and rumor and NHL. I'm going to bring this every Tuesday night, guys. We're going to a little bit looking about everything what's going on around the league. I have some kind of trade bait or rumor, everything like that. But I want to mention one team, guys. I want to talk about one specific player. I want to talk about Erik Karlsson. We know the front runner is the Pittsburgh Penguins, but why did not make a trade yet? For what I heard, they have first of all, the Pittsburgh have some problem with the salary cap. To make this happen, they want the San Jose Sharks to retain at least 40-50%. The Sharks want only to go at 30% of the salary of the Karlsson. We know Karlsson can run over $11 million salary, AAV per year. Still have 4 more years to go. So this is what they are. For what I heard, they have now a third party in the game, and that's what I want to talk with this about NRTAP, because yesterday NRTAP said not the Nashville, not going to do that. So Nashville should be a part of that deal. Nashville are approximately $8 million now over under cap. They have a ton of money to get there They have a ton of money over there. So what's the deal? Pittsburgh, Nashville, San Jose. So what I feel this way, guys. The Pittsburgh Penguins are going to trade Jeff Petrie and Michael Granlund to other team, Nashville and San Jose. I don't know exactly if Petrie is going to go to Nashville. I will expect more Petrie go to San Jose. Then San Jose going to get only 30% of Karlsson in return. They're not going to go 40-50. Now they're going to get some picks in return for sure. And maybe a prospect. But what Nashville play? But Nashville, because they have a ton of money, they'll maybe keep back again Granlund back in Nashville and Petrie ship in San Jose. And then Nashville, because they match up, the trade for both teams are going to get maybe a first-round pick, a second-round pick, something like that. Again, this guy is a speculation. I heard this, and I just tried to put this all together for you. Never happened, but maybe. Maybe I could be completely wrong here. But this is a rumor we talk about. We heard the last 48 hours, and that's the reason we like to have those kind of rumors. So I would like to hear from you what you think about the situation between the Erik Karlsson, the Pittsburgh, and Nashville. Let's see what we got here, guys, in the chat. Before we move on to the next thing, that's it, summer holiday time. I'm burning Matthews, Jose. KLS, E and Nicholas were supposed to be the third wave after Tkachuk and Soderberg. Just did not happen for them. Matthews play traveling, and he has no clue about this one over there. Karlsson trade, then I think Tomba, Sly, and to San Jose. William nailed it. Absolute Pittsburgh would be a team full of the old Gazer, Luciano. Matthews will play anyone. He will still win. Question, will Nikolai Kovalenko join the Avalanche next season? I don't think so. I think he still have 1 more year before that. I played part of the roster. I don't see that yet, William, about him. How many points does the Sidney Crosby have? I don't know. Are you talking about the upcoming season? Are you talking in general? Or let us know. Carlos said San Jose will want a Guenzel for Karlsson. Not necessarily that way, Carlos, because Guenzel is right now in his last year of his contract, become UFA next season, and he's going to have demand a lot of money in return. So I don't see the part of that way, Carlos, about that for this one. To Johnny Carlos, Nashville, we have to pull Forsberg. Hold on here. Nashville, we have to put Forsberg back onto the salary cap soon after the injury. And then I will complain. No room for anyone else for the Nashville Predator. Karlsson, at least, is a year better to trade. Sick a heck of the players. A lot of money to move around with a third-party broker. You're absolutely right, William, about this one over there. Guenzel, sure. About this, Zeph, not sure about this. I don't know that one, and that's what we got about that. That one, guys. I want to move on, guys. About the next one I want to talk about, guys, is between the Boston Bruins and the Winnipeg Jets. Now, the Boston Bruins are waiting, guys, to see what Bergeron and Krejcik are going to do. I have no clue. I don't hear anything so far. I'm really, into the French channel and sport in Quebec, and I don't hear anything about Patrice Bergeron. Now, what I did, guys, what I heard is possible a trade between the Winnipeg Jet and the Boston Bruins. And if Winnipeg Jet trade Hellebuck and they don't get something good in return, I think that trade, guys, Boston Bruins, we know the Boston Bruins want to trade one or two goalies, goaltender. I think this is a great, great trade between Sheffley and Swimmen. Now, of course, it could be not a one-to-one, could be a package deal together. But I feel this way works for both teams. If ever the Winnipeg Jet trade Hellebuck, that would give Swimmen number one goaltender, backup at Brossois. He's going to get more money over there. It's going to be a long-term contract. We know Swimmen is a great, excellent goaltender. And then the Boston Bruins get their top center, and he fit Sheffley at the Boston Bruins, I believe. Imagine Sheffley with Pasternak and Marchand example. Again, this is a rumor we heard. I don't know why you fit, but this I don't know why both GM does not looking at and talk more often about that. They didn't need my help. They can find me and call me if they want to. But would be interesting about this. We'll see what we got in the chat, guys. I go get that over there. Not sure. Peter August back in the house. Peter, the number one prediction, guys, for the Hockey Nation. Congratulations, Peter. Hopefully, you have an amazing, great summer so far in your area, and you enjoyed the summer of July. Frank Zalazar back in the house. Frank said, Coach, can you convince me on why the Panthers might trade Reinhardt? I think it's very dumb move if this happens. Yeah, I agree with you about that one over there, Frank. I don't know. This is your first time I heard this. Not because I'm disconnected with the Panthers, but I did not hear that rumor. I didn't ever heard. Maybe like a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, like barely about Reinhardt. It was more on Anthony Duclair when they made that trade to the San Jose Sharks. But I don't feel that way, Frank. And I will say to you, like, I don't see that. Like, Reinhardt guys play a good role, and the salary cap he has is not bad at all. I think it would be a very bad move, in my opinion, too. I agree with you, Frank, about that. Great question, by the way. Guys, bring your question, guys. Bring your question. I'm here for you, guys. Glad to have you in one. And don't forget, guys, to click on the like. Only 16 likes tonight. If you don't mind to click more on the likes, that'd be awesome, if you don't mind. King, did you feel like Albert Jacquet has the potential to be a top 4 defenseman with Montreal, or is there too many names to allow personally into the bigger role? Right now, you have Madison, you have Caden Cooley in front of him. Then you're going to add Armstrong and Lane Hudson. So I don't see him on the top 4 with the Montreal Canadiens. Now, he can play a big role, top pairing, player like Pocojean example, Luke Shine example. They play third line, right? I would say Carson Soucy for the Seattle Kraken. Now he's with the Vancouver Canucks. Those kind of players play at the third pairing, and they play a specific role. And that's about, talk about Nicolas Hag with the Vegas Golden Knights. We talk about White Cloud, Chatfield with the Carolina, Mainfield with the New York Islanders. Those kind of players, third pairing, I think, and that's what they play, that kind of role. I don't see him to become an Eric Johnson, like second pairing, but I feel like a third pairing king about him. Well said about this, Mr. King. William said, Coach, your thought on what Dubois has done with the Penguins? You have a lot. I don't know where he did a Pops interview yesterday or something like that. A lot of people was upset in Montreal. Looked like he used the Montreal Canadian at some point and everything like this. So I don't know. We talk a lot about Pierre-Luc Dubois, right? And some people was questionable. Don't worry about that. He's changing, everything like that. Look, you did it one time, it's okay. You do it again, second time, it's not okay. And I think he's not going to be changed. He's going to be who he is. That's the type of player he is at the end of the day. And that's how he's thinking. That's what he act. Hopefully, he will be happy with the Kings and he can produce on the ice. With the contract he got, with the opportunity he's going to get, this guy has to score 30 goals minimum at least 75 points to 80 points. He's going to be on the beginning of his prime in NHL. He's going to play with a great hockey player there, maybe Capital, Dano, Adverson, Kemp, and Kevin Fiala. The Kings are solid on the top 6 forward guys. But we'll see what happening for Pierre-Luc Dubois. So I don't know if that answer to your question. I'm done with the Penguins, so I did not know about Dubois. I just heard about this interview. I just get the highlights and about the fact he was talking about the Montreal Canadiens, and he realized after that maybe not the best place to go play, and he wish he did not said the year earlier he want to play in Montreal, everything like that. So at the end of the day, that's who is Pierre-Luc Dubois. For his our remarks, Sébastien is Florida. Panthers. Next summer, are projected to have over 15 million of gap space with the only Montembeault, Jekai, Barron to sign. They would be ready to make a huge move into the playoff with some UFA signing. Yeah, that's the projection. I believe one of the next 2 years for the Montreal Canadiens to get 1 or 2 UFA. I agree with you about that. Aber equal Ludwig. Not bad. I would say to you, Jekai fight better. I think Jekai a little bit more offensive side of the game. But you talk about the defensive zone. He need to polish a little bit more his defensive zone coverage. But I can understand what you mean by Ludwig. Look, again, thanks so much, Peter. Considering the Cup will be healthy through the camp and to start the year, Red Wine to say will M or GD Comfort. I don't like the signature, the $5.1 million from Confirm. Now, Willie Snyder, many of you see him play with Colorado Avalanche, understand, but that's a ton of money for 5.1. The money he get, both of them should be at the, center number 2. You don't make any mistake, KLS, when you have Coupe second or Comfort second, and then Coupe number 3rd or vice versa. It's just, for me, it's a lot of money as the 3rd center, whatever is Endo Cup or is Comfort at the money they make per year. That's my only concern about Yzerman, I think, for Comfort. I think a Comfort at $4 million max will be a good contract and return. He's a great 200 center feed players, play on the 3 zone very properly, but I think he need more offensive if he want to bring the value of his contract at the level he got at $5 million KLS. Gary, back in the house. Gary, a question. What you would trade Savard in Madison to add more top 6 forward? I don't think so. Savard is going to bring down kind of top 6 forward. Savard is on this final contract. 2 more years, Savard, with the Montreal Canadiens. So I expect Savard to resign 1-year contract with the Montreal Canadiens. Can he be traded at the trade deadline? It could be. But because the right defenseman is not ready yet compared to the left defenseman, I don't see too much about Savard. His value is not a top 6. Now, Madison could be a good case. I feel for Montreal Canadiens because they believe they have too many rookies in their lineup or the young players like Coley, Jekai, Kovacevic, Barron, and Harris. They need veterans like Madison. So I don't see both of them be traded at some point right now. They bring too much of the value with their leadership, their experience in NHL. So I don't see them to be traded the next, at least for 1 year. We'll see after that. If one they believe goalie is ready and possible, Austin, whatever they're thinking, maybe they will. But I think Madison is going to. They love Mike Madison, not only on ice but off ice. He's a great leader, guys. Can use the Montreal Canadiens are looking for the character of the players. If you look about this, all they play junior or they play in the past, they has been captain all the time. Jordan Harris, Caden Coley, Mike Madison. They all been captain before. And that's what they're looking for. Bring characters with great human being person, with a great hockey sense, and very smart hockey player. So that's the best thing I can tell you, KLS, on that one. And then, Gary, for your question, who will have the final defenseman spot? Harris, Kovacevic, or you would be surprised, Mailloux, Hudson? Not allowed. Matson cannot play right now with and when Montreal can return in Boston. NCAA. Mailloux, I don't think so. He's ready for NHL. At least you have an amazing, great spot. If Mailloux make the team, that'll make Byron returning to Laval. Kovacevic, they're going to keep him as the third pairing if they need him. So I don't see that happening for that. That would be the reason I would say to you, Mailloux is going to be back and play at the Laval Rocket for that one. And the difference in the spot, I would be Harris, Kovacevic. I think they're going to waive a Whiteman if they need to do that. For that one, I tried to pick up other questions. Peter did not see did use Montreal to bring up his value. Peter August, great comments about this. Will the Blues be back at contending next season, or they are going to miss the playoff? I think they're not going to. I think they're going to miss the playoff. Again, that's the thing I did not mention earlier with Winnipeg Jet and the Nashville Predator. So I think they are a little bit better of both teams, but again, they are maybe similar at the end of the day. They have a young core with Thomas, Giroux, Neighbors going to join the team now. The defensive is a little bit older, and the goaltending situation we know with Bennington. Now the rookie over there, offer, is going to maybe helping the Blues, but not good enough to make the playoff, in my opinion. Kings, about this, I said that from the Get the Don't Touch Dubois with that 10-foot. Here we go. Luc is always right. We're listening is wisdom. About that one for sure. Coach, I apologize for the spelling. It was Dubas. And what do you think about what he has done for the Penguins so far at GM? At the end of the day, I understand many of you does not like Dubas, everything like that. He's already on the bad spot. He cannot rebuilding. He can maybe retooling. And he have to play what he got in front of him. So he signed back Jerry, right? But he paid the price for what Burke and Extall did bad things over there. Look about the last two trade. The Mike Madison departure for Jeff Petrie and Rand Poland. Possible at the end of this month, both of them will be gone. Poland is already gone with the Flyers. And Petrie already tried to get out of over there. He has still 2 more years to go. So this is a very bad trade. The second bad trade guy is Ty Smith versus John Marino for the New Jersey Devils. They still pay the price for that. And that's the reason they maybe make the playoff. They miss the playoff because the structure of the defensive for what they thought it was going to be, they never reached their expectation. So now Carl Dubas come inside the door and he realized, wait a minute, I need to change things here. That's the reason they did not sign back Jason Zucker, right? And they tried to mix a couple of players they can bring on their upcoming season. That's why they tried to get Carlson. I don't know it would be a good move or a bad move, but they have the salary cap problem right now, the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think it's barely a team going to make the playoff, and they miss it by 1 point because, and with a great season of Malkin and Crosby, can they repeat again? They need more of the offensive side of the Ross. You talk about another bad move. Look at the contract at Jeff Carter. At $3.1 million, and you have close to trade. So another and NBC. So they are start with Carter, carry on 3.1. They lost Dumoulin as the defenseman. They signed with the Seattle Kraken. So I understand Dubas. You have not much leverage, unfortunately, because he's salary cap. So we'll be interested what he's going to do. That's the best thing I can to mention to you, William, about the situation with Dubas. About this Franco question, did you hear about the future star from Mirabel? Leon Tepp beat Caulfield and Mesa record for the tournament performance pursuit 2020. Wonder if he'll be around to see this happen. So the kid at Tepp, he talked about the tournament, I believe, at Edmonton. The Bricks tournament. So the Bricks tournament is you have the Pee-wee tournament in Quebec, right? In February. This is the biggest tournament as the Pee-wee in the world. So the BRICS tournament in Edmonton in July. This is the biggest tournament for 10 years old. 10 years old, I understand. But some of the stars in NHL make this happen over there. And they talk about that kid, Tep, right now from Mirabel, did it over there. So if I'm right, that's what he's talking about, Franco. If I'm wrong, let me know. But that's what I heard. So about him. But do I really know the players? Not really. At 10 years old, I will not wait for him. We have to wait until he gets 13, 14. Carrier has the most expensive son on the third line, Randy. Backlum, do you consider Backlum the third sign right now, Randy? For that. Dubas won't change. William is a long shot guide about this. Joseph, is Watman gone? Not yet. He's still in the lineup. Gary Cournoyer is in the house. Welcome back, my friend. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. If you don't mind, that'd be awesome. I'm going to get the subject, guys, very soon. Roger Delaney knocked the door. Thanks so much. Don't forget again. Roger, hopefully doing well. Andre, Robert Drouin, hopefully doing. I see Madison had been a teacher for the power play. And will not be trained until 24. I see Sauer say as well. Well, he does a lot of good things. He's still kind of underrated player. So, yeah. But at some point, they will have to go Savard. He's going to be 35 years old, 34, 35 years old at the end. And they will be maybe now at that moment, Mayu, Barron, and Rebacher become now the player they're looking for to be a part of the show. So part of the game, the team. So maybe now they will send a Savard. I think Madison is maybe the one who will stay a little bit longer with the Montreal Canadiens, in my opinion, for that. A2 in the house. Does Element start the season with the AB, and what do you think our four line will look like? Great question about this. Element is stuck in the at the gates, right? Well, you said the gates because they are all there. Islanen, right? Pitlick, Animan. They are all at the gates waiting. You can put there Pesada too. So four there. And they are 16 forward. 2 of them are going to be out. So if you think about the four line right now, the only four line I see right there, it's possible Armia, Jake Evans, and Sarkowski. If you put Dvorak in the lineup, right? You talk about his injury, but that's what I said. So possible one of the three there. Possible maybe they will bring Pesada and Sarkowski go third line, and then Pesada, Armia, Evans. Again, Animan will be my pick. We'll see. He had a good training camp last year. He got hurt on his hands, and then he missed 6 weeks, and then he went to Sweden. Took him a couple of weeks at least to come back stronger. Finished strong with the Laval Rocket. We'll see what he's going to bring to the. It's maybe one of them. Maybe the Montreal have to take a decision between Animan and Ireland at some point. And but I think Pitlick. I know they love Pesada, but they have too many extra players. At least they trade Dvorak and Hoffman, like I talked about this yesterday. This is the lineup they have for the Montreal Canadiens. A2, thanks so much for that one over there. For that, I have your number. What can you tell us about the 3 goalies we choose in 2023? You talk about Quidden Miller, Fowler, and the goaltender for the Russia. The Russia is playing a VHL or MHL. Great goaltender, 6'3", 6'4", I can recall it. Good stat. That's one thing I can tell you because we don't know too much about the Russian players over there. It's still far to be in NHL. Not sure he's going to play in KHL next season. That's been shot. Quentin Miller, but this is it's a long shot for the Montreal Canadiens. Miller played only 1 game with the Quebec Remparts last season. Like what I saw, the development camp is too early to see what Miller is going to become. Really, the good one of the 3, Jacob Fowler. Fowler, born in Melbourne, in Florida, play is a AAA program with SLATER Panthers, with the Alliance, SLATER Alliance. After that, he got drafted by the Youngstown and UCHL. And then he became the MVP players at the playoff this season. 6'2", 223 pounds, need to cut his hamburger at some point, maybe his shrimp too. Look, the potential of Fowler is still there. For what we heard is when out possible the best we expect for his ceiling is maybe back up to an NHL. But you never know, right? You cannot discount a goaltender. You never know how he's going to turn around. I love his aggressivity, his flexibility, his T-push, his square. He really do well. But again, we'll see. For the three goalie, I just mentioned to you, he is maybe the best one of them. But we'll see with Tobey, Tubez or Toby, whatever you want to call his last name. What are you going to do with him too? I think he can push out Primo for the upcoming season. Mimi, Primo, and Tobez is going to be the goaltender for the Laval Rocket from the NCAA, by the way, or Ohio State. Coach, don't feel bad for Tubez. He select his destination. Cannot blame the owners now. His snake is way out of Toronto. He find a way to get out at some point for sure, Peters. I agree with you about that one over there. Coach, can you please comment about the DeBrincat trade, awful asset management by Dorion, in my opinion? So, yes and no, right? I will say to you one thing, guys. The Ottawa Senators last year, they hit home runs. They was not try to hit single. They don't try to hit double. It was a strikeout or a home run. What you learn, guys, is this way. The home run with Claude Giroux and the home run with Alex DeBrincat last year. They got DeBrincat, guys, for the first round pick, second round pick, and third round pick. Now, the problem with that, guys, when you have players with only 1 year, final year contract, and become RFA or UFA, maybe he's not going to resign over there. So Dorion did not make more homework or more search to say, look, Alex, we're going to give you a contract extension right away. If he was give them an extension 3-4 years, he will know already what DeBrincat want to do. So you have to punish Dorion because his lack of the thinking about that situation. And now in return, he got the max he can get. He have no leverage to trade DeBrincat. Eiserman did a very good deal about that one over there. Now, to simplify that big mistake for Dorion, if he can get Tarasenko in return, so the money they did not give to DeBrincat, they can give to Tarasenko, that would not be too bad. But yes, I agree with you, and not looking good for Pierre Dorion about this. But some GM guys, they are not afraid to try to home run. It could become a solid home run if DeBrincat stay with Ottawa Senator. Do you like those kind of GM or not? This is up to you about that, right? We have a Marc Bergevin did not want to hit home run with a center. He tried to hit a home run with Sergachev and Drouin. Ouch. So that's who he had different philosophy GM, and look about the Vegas Golden Knights. They try to hit home run all the time. They're not afraid. By the way, Pittsburgh had Riley Smith on their team earlier, by the way. I'm still here, guys. I don't know what I'm doing here, by the way. Let's move on here. I'm supposed to talk about Fenting here, guys. Rick Wood, good evening. Under coach. Hello, Mr. Rick Woods. Welcome back. Put a catch up about this one. Savard will retire before he get trade for him. Alan Barnes is in the house directly for Facebook. Alan, hopefully doing well. He's coming from in our tap. The wise about this. What is the first game of the preseason? King and the Coyotes and Melbourne in Australia. Shocks possible. I'm not sure about that. I'm not there yet. About this. King, what do you think of the 2025 overall pick projected by Michael Mesa breaking Call of Fame point record? Well, Michael Mesa is another prototype player is going to become an NHL. I don't see him like a generation players. He's going to be a top line players, at least a top 6. He's still like, always be careful, guys. 1 year to 1 year. You still have 2 years before he becomes something. You have many players after that. They hit the ceiling. They hit the wall. I don't see what happening with Misa. We know we are accomplishing. He play hockey. He's going to be a top first overall pick in 2025. He still have a lot of development to do with him. But we'll see what's happening. That's pretty much what we can see. Again, he's a solid hockey player like a Celebrini and Elzenman on 2024. I don't see much a change in Montreal lineup next season. Look at Faustin, I agree with you. Yes, coach, at 10 years old, already internet pressure on him, his family. Hope is this need to be choice hockey in the future. I agree with you about this, Franco. Someone not betrayed. I don't think so too. Microshock did not know. And if going to Australia, if it's a Melbourne, must be skating on the Auburn Ice House. Yeah, and what I heard about this, you have a game in Australia. William, I don't know too much about that for that son, Mike Lake. Look over there. Look, we'll get 6-1 pick. I try to pick it up everything here. Do you think James Reimer can be a good fit for a team in the East? Satisfy the goalie that. But he's a great backup goaltender, Reimer. Since he left the Toronto Maple Leafs, goats from, Florida Panthers, Carolina, and San Jose Sharks. He's going to get a contract, $1 million. We'll see. But generational players and new wars. Here we go, my friend. Here we go, guys. It's time to move on too far in the NHL trade and draft. So what I got for you guys is this. Going to get this for about 20 minutes together. The best UFA signature since the beginning of the July 1st. For me, guys, Toronto Bertuzzi. Why? Because he's only 1 year, $5.5 million. He's done. He's done. He's a prone injury. He does not play. I think this is a good deal. And you know what he accomplished with Detroit Red Wings the last couple of years. You see him as on the playoff with the Boston Bruins. And you can see now he can bring this is better at bunting, in my opinion, with Bertuzzi. I don't know if he's going to play with Matthews and Marner or with Tavares, but again, Bertuzzi is a great additional player for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Dallas Star, Matt Duchene, why Duchene is a good deal? Because it's only 1 year at $3 million. If you get a Duchene at 60 points at $3 million, this is a great deal for the Dallas Star. So I think that's the reason they let go and Max Domi. They opened the door for Duchene at $3 million. Edmonton, Connor Brown. Connor Brown is a funny contract, right? Because he make only $800,000, but like Pacioretty, both of them are signature performance. So the contract additional $2 million for both of them. So why they can get those kind of signature bonus? You have a rules in NHL, guys. Two options for performance bonus in NHL. You have two ways. It's not for everyone. You have to be at least 35 years old. It's an option. If you're 35 years old and older, you can add those kind of signature performance, right? Forget about the ELC. The second option is you have to be at least 100 days on the injury reserve during the year to get an opportunity to become a player to get a signature as a performance bonus. So this is the case for Connor Brown. We know he did not play he did not play all year long. And Pacioretty, of course. So that's the reason both of them. I think Washington at X dollars, $2 million for Pacioretty is really cheap. And then the New York Rangers, why? Wheeler is so a good contract, but it's below at $1 million, right? Guys, he had 55 points last year. I know he's 37, 38 years old, but still have 55 points. If you can get Wheeler guy at 50 points at less of $1 million, this is a steal for the New York Rangers. They take a chance. Wow, Colorado, Jonathan Drouin. Why? Because Drouin performed at least 40, 50 points per year. And he does never play 80 games. He have an average about 0.53, 0.56 point per average per game. So if you play with Colorado and he get 50 point example, I will give you 45 points. And he make only $800,000. This is a great deal for the Colorado Avalanche. So that's what I try to accomplish with UFA right now on that equation, is to give you the best contract, give back the value of the contract versus the performance of the players, and the team take advantage or benefit of that signature. You have many other, you can talk about this. That's what I want sharing with you guys in the feed. Let me know what you think about those signatures. You disagree, agree. Let's talking about that for a couple of minutes. Let's see what we got in the chat before I get there. To thank the Jet Reimer about this one over there. What do you think about the Avalanche getting Ross Colton? Great point, William. They're going to take the spot at Comfort and, of course, New Hook. They need a player like him. He like his energy. He need to improve a little bit more, finishing more goal in the net. I know 2 years ago it was pretty good. Last year he struggled a little bit, but he can get him for him. You're going to like this kid. Like to finish his check. He's a really good player. Just to figure out if he can score more goals. Gallagher, 20 goals next season, yes or no? And at that, it all depends. It's too high. It all depends of his role inside the Montreal Canadiens. If he stay at top 9, he get power play. 15 to 22 goals for him. Colorado can turn any struggling players on another team and set that playing per team on the top line. Yeah, for goalie, Peter. You don't have Lucic on that list, coach. You missed one. Lucic at $1 million. Russia, again, Danny. I think Drouin and Ed are great in Colorado, or if we move on, not big deal. With his Taka and our top, if his app can help manage Gallagher and Monahan, what the Latter did with Leonard, it should get a 20. Sean, 27. What do you about this? Coach, why not play a Gallagher on the 4 line and RHP on the 3rd line? Gallagher already said he does not care whether he play. He will play ever he need. It makes sense to me. It's because if you put Gallagher 4 line, you have to put Armia 3rd line. I don't feel like Armia should play 3rd line. So it's not RHP. RHP is a left winger. Gallagher, Armia. So you have on the right side, you have Monahan, and what they expect is Monahan, Anderson, Gallagher, and Armia as the right winger. So that's the reason I believe he's going to be a 3rd line about this. Good evening, Mr. Luke from British Columbia. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. If you don't mind, that'd be great. Drouin had to get out of the Montreal. All parties when well said, Mr. William, about this. RHP 25, 30 gold versus Gallagher 23 gold. Younger player with higher sitting, get more ice time. Gallagher still also fit on the 4 line like so well. About that, can RHP score 25 gold? Interesting. Andre Robert, coach, if Drouin does not produce, do you think he is finishing money-wise on any team? Remember, Andre, you're always a GM. Always a coach in any level, in any place, in any sport. Always thinking they are smarter. They're always thinking, bring me that players because I can make him work. They always believe on that. Well, that's who we are. That's what the DNA of the coach. They still believe I can change this kid. I can improve this kid. I can make you better. So I know, look, enough. Montreal try it. Dallas gave up. Montreal try, gave up. Now the Nashville believe they can help Kuryanov. that's a cycle in hockey, Andre. But great question, by the way. Fully doing well, Mr. Andre, by the way. Let's move on to the next one. And everything will be done all around with Edmonton. If they play with McDavid. You're absolutely right about this in our tap. I really like that signature of Connor Brown. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, call you talk on what Vegas have done so far. Not much. Do you see them coming out in the top of the West? Every time you win a Stanley Cup and you keep your core, you're great. So they get the goaltender. They bring, helping the team win the Stanley Cup. They have the same defenseman. They helping the team to win the Stanley Cup. And they got Jack Eichel and they got Barbashev. The only player left is Riley Smith. So, overall, I think they are good enough. Sorry about that one. We just lost one light on my right side. So, that's happening about this. So, we said to you, yes, now the top of the West, there's so many factors. I'm not there yet about the roster for other team, but would be interesting what happening for sure. I still believe they're going to have a really solid, good team next season. The Vegas Golden Knights. This player on the money on the cap. We expect a superstar to be paid superstar at the rate. Kid has thought on the Zadina saying with the San Jose Sharks. Look, it's a great place. I will tell you why for Zadina. But first of all, the San Jose Sharks need some kind of they have an opportunity he can play on the top 9 over there. He's not going to be on the highlight spot on the spot. Nobody would talk about him. San Jose, nobody covered them. very quiet. So he's going to try to come back and to reborn and to play and San Jose Sharks. Does not work over there. Andre said, yeah, maybe somewhere else. I think after that, Zadina could have another pursuit somewhere else, but if not, this kind of player can return to play in Sweden League or Finland League hockey, and I think KHL for him. That will be my next destination for Zadina. So $1.1 million to sign him. San Jose have nothing to lose, give an opportunity, and see what happened to him. As I better get of him been around. Gary, talk about Gallagher. Say about this one. I would play New Hook on the third line, RHP on the second line as an alternative. New Hook could have helped Gallagher get 20 goals, and RBS should perform play with Anderson and Marian and Kirby Duck. Yeah, possible about this one. I read by a lot from the scrapyards. Gary said, GD confirm. If I like watching the Sharks hockey, but my sleep is suffering because of it. So it was the Sharks. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, I have for you guys is about the best NHL draft pick. So what I did, I look about the NHL draft, right? And I tried to figure out, okay, which players got picks lower at what the expectation was and what I'm feeling their ceiling could become better. So I took the Philadelphia Flyers with Mitch Cobb. I understand, look, you get Mitch Cobb a 7th overall pick. This is a steal at the end of the day. Mitch Cobb is going to become a great hockey player in NHL. And you get him a 7th overall pick. Just the players I'm talking about. This is a great pick for the Flyers. Then I have to go with Zach Benson, 13th overall pick for the Buffalo Sabres. A lot of people like him a lot. A lot of people consider him 6, 7, 8, 9. I really like him. But 13 is really late. Remind me a lot Cole Caulfield at 15 from the Montreal Canadiens. So this is a great steal for the Buffalo Sabres. Then I have to go with the New York Rangers, Gabe Perreault, 23rd. First, Perreault have an amazing great year with Leonard and Will Smith and the Team USA. He scored the most point like any other players did in that program. And to get him at 23rd, this shocking me. I was expecting him between 12 to 18. That's the kind of player I expect on that draft. And finally, my last one guy is Andrew Crystal. 4 years, guys, for December, top 15, January, top 20, February, March, April, they put him still at the end of the first round, but nobody put him on the second round. His style, the player, is different, but he can score 30 goals in a shot. If he can find his power skating and pro skating, he have a wall, a weird stride, and a hockey player. But the talent is still there. He can score goal. He have a great hands. We'll see. For me, they are the pick on the top 40 are really surprised for me. I don't know if you have any other player you want to talk about this. We are here to talk about this. I will see what we got here in the chat. Again, I get there. Gary Cormier, not a bad strategy for little money and for a first year private save. I was mad when Montreal did not draft Zadina. Show how much I know. You're right, look. We are on the same boat. Sorry about that. But Benson not even close. Randy Walkman. Coach talked to me about Angstrom. Wow, I just love this kid, guys. I follow him last year. I heard more and more in October last year. 92 overall pick from Montreal Canadiens. Good skater. He's just getting better and better and better. And you can see him at the World Junior Championship. The team and the SHL. Is it Roke? I cannot remember his name of the team. Anyhow, they gave him more minutes. He had to get more TOI. At the end of the year, guys, he was the top 4 over there. Have a lot of great playoff with the team. Look, the kid has potential, skill. We'll see how he's going to develop. He's going to return over there for 1 more year. And after that, we'll see. But guys, follow him during the summer, during the winter time. You're going to see this kid. We're going to hear his name a lot. This is a great pick again, Montreal Canadiens. Montreal Canadiens, guys, on the NHL draft last year, that's maybe the top best three team have the better result. Talk about Sikorsky, Hudson. You have Angstrom right there. 3 picks could become Montreal Canadiens players in NHL. And you can add possible. We'll see what happening with Rover and Mezar. They hit well. If you can get 2 players and make the NHL play consistency and NHL, that's a great draft pick. So, just want to share with you about this. Well said, Franco. Gabriel Ezaventois was a great pick in our tap. King of the Gamer, I would get good when Detroit was in the Western Conference. Rate trip out was bad enough. You're absolutely right about this. That's a late game. I think Richie was a good pick at 27. With his Snyder. Yeah, I think at some point it was supposed to be a little bit earlier. It's a very good good statement with that, Willie. I would agree with you. Yes, real deal. I knew you're going to be happy about my pick I select tonight about Benson. I think about this for sure. They are all a long shot until they prove us wrong. So right, Rebecca at 5 was a steal for Peter Auguste. The reason I do this, Peter, I was expect Rebecca to be at the top 6. That's the reason I was said to you for that. So it's not like it's maybe more shocking to many fans. Montreal select Rebecca, but if you know really well hockey, Peter, so you know Rebecca what he looked like and what it would be for the Montreal Canadiens. Michael Benson, Perrault, and Caden Price. For him, Rebecca, I thought was still Peter. Anaheim picks 5 and then picks was still about this. Local Detroit Sport Radio show said we should assign Patrick Kane to play with DeBrincat. No way Eisenman does that right. Well, it'll be interesting if Patrick Kane wants to go to Detroit, first of all. Kane's going to take a late decision about his upcoming season. If you're Patrick Kane at 35, 36 years old, KLS, you don't play to please, but you play to try to win a Stanley Cup. I wouldn't be surprised if he returned with the New York Rangers. That's maybe my best thing about this KLS I can mention to you, or the Buffalo Sabres. If you want to play home like the Brinkat did with Michigan. How long it would take for Arizona, San Jose, and Anaheim to make the playoff? Long time for San Jose. Anaheim, 5 years. Arizona, same boat. Both of them, maybe 5 years. King. Leonard Ebalo was the one I was watching at the draft. Leonard got 8 at the end. It was not bad. Barlow, a little bit lower, but I think it would be good. Please don't talk about Doc and Mezak. Aki in the house. I want to up the Rebecca. I'm happy with the pick and underrated why. Understand why. What's said about this. We pick up everything, guys. My last subject of the night, guys, is the best trade during the off season so far. Yes, you can mention a lot of trade happening. If you think about this, I look about 50 of them since I think it was June 6th. It was the first pick one. So, DeBrincat, guys, the trade between Detroit and Ottawa, the return is really great for Detroit Red Wings. The New Jersey Devils, they trade Toffoli for Sharakovich. I think this is a great trade for New Jersey Devils. Then the Johansson trade. They got him for nothing and return Kalchenak. And they are rating a contract $4 million. So Colorado have a good steal about Johansson. And then finally, Columbus Blue Jacket. I think we forgot the Blue Jacket make a couple of trades. And they got Stevenson, a UFA, and they got Provorov, a trade with the Flyers and the Los Angeles Kings. So for me, they are the players who are going to have a big impact for the upcoming season. And they have been traded. Do you have more? Yes, they have a lot more trade you can talk about. You can share with me. That's not a problem. And I just opened the door for that situation for the best trade. Great subject, by the way. I love to talk that way. You guys entertain me a lot with a great question. So it's fun to have a show like that tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 9 o'clock p.m., guys, the Ab Nation Barbecue Show with Marco and Artap. Tomorrow is about the roster Montreal Canadiens 2024-2025. So play, come back, join us 9 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to rock and roll the show, of course. Let's see what we got in the chat again. We have for a couple of more minutes. If you have any question, guys, time to open the door. That'd be great. Peter said Kane will end up in Buffalo or back in Chicago. Yes, that's a rumor we heard about this, Peter. I feel the same way for you, with you. Kane to Vegas seemed like a good landing spot for him. The only way I said to you, if Mark Stone does not play, but I don't fit Kane would go there. Then I would say to you guys, when you reach that kind of age, you try to figure out too also not traveling too much, right? You try to limit your time in the plane. And more you play on the West Coast, more longer you take to travel. So again, I could be wrong, but I feel like Kane would be more on the Eastern zone time. And I think that's the reason he like to go to Rangers, because he can go to Islanders, can go to New Jersey, can go to Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Washington, very close. Traveling is very little bit. Because she said first about Rebecca, and I agree, but in attack got sick to his stomach. The person said, I laugh about that all day. I would like Montreal to pick another top right-handed defenseman. They are so rare and all done of value at the market. Possible. Kane, we'll see what is going to happen next season during the NHL draft. They have a ton of defensemen at the NHL draft 2024. Great players forward. Alzeman, Zelibrine, Timitrov, I believe, with Timinov for the Russia. And I can go all the way like that. So it'll be a little bit too early, 2024. But you have the right Kane. You never have enough right defensemen for sure, like a center. Elas Fellas, Willie Snyder, and hopefully doing well, Mr. AK. DABERNAK was a solid side trade for Detroit. I agree with you about this, and Rabinoff. I don't know what Columbus are going to do. But with Mike backup, right? So Mike backup gave them some kind of direction, what he's looking for. He wants to start for the back ends to build a solid defenseman with Provorov and with Werenski. Now you can add Bovis there. And they have Cherechek very soon. Gombranson is on a defenseman. And Peak is on a defenseman over there. So they have a lot of great defensemen. The goaltender, Mr. Klein, have to come back stronger for sure. And they have the rookie Tarasov. The biggest problem at Columbus guy is still the center. Now, Adam Fantilli looked like he's going to play with them. By the way, he scored a goal in Michigan at the camp, at the development camp, Fantilli. They was not expect to get Fantilli, more Carlson. So they are excited about to Fantilli with Goudreau. Rozovic have to become better if you want to for them. They have to go back with Mike Selinger. Mike Selinger. Selinger have not a very good year last year. Hopefully, he's going to be a little bit better for the upcoming season. Then Marchenko, we know what he accomplished last season. And now, the biggest question for everybody, you know that, Luc and everyone, Patrick Laine. What kind of Patrick Laine we're going to get at the end of the day? For that one, Dark Horse, best rate, Anthony McKenzie Blackwood. They got him in the 6th round overall pick, 6th round pick from the San Jose Sharks. We know the departure of Jimmy the Reamer. Now the San Jose Sharks have the duo with Kakkonen. The Sharks have always been the problem now is the salary cap. They have to figure out with Carlson what they're going to do. Their team tried to rebuilding, but not yet, and they go around, but we'll see what happening for them. Don't expect too much. Another team not going to make the playoff at bottom 5, I believe, for them for upcoming. DABERNAK one out. Detroit lots of good players. That makes sense. Well said about this. DABERNAK did not want to play in Ottawa. Want to play home. He make a deal at the Joseph. Hopefully, my struggle is first year. Other guys time to end rough system when they are first get there. It depends. Hopefully I have 73 points last season. I'll maybe not expect that because he played a lot of minutes. TOI, he was the first line, and he was on top power play. Now with the Devils, I really solid players like Hughes, Meyer, Urshire, Palat, and I can go all the way, guys. So his time will be a little bit limited to I. But I would say to you, if he can get, he scored 25 goals most every year. He can get 25 assists, 50 point, 55 point, Joseph. He will give it to you. This is a bit the role like Sam Renaud play for the Panthers. Play second line, third line, up and down, helping Lindell. That's what he can do. I'm not mentioned Jesper Bratt, by the way. So that would be, I think, Toffoli his role with the Devils, Joseph. Best way is to come, coach Anifin. Anifin will be interesting. We know the Calgary Flame are looking maybe trade Zadorov, Tanev, Backlum, and Laneholm. We'll see what Craig Conroy. I still believe, I really like Craig Conroy. Been with the organization for over 12 years as assistant GM. Now he have a chance to be a GM. Just Flame. They are hard to figure out everything. Can they become better this year? Maxstrom have to be a very good solid. They want to open up the door for fun rookies like Drury, Peltier, Wolf. They are try to put them back in the lineup. They lost Milan Lucic. We'll see with the Flame. Until we don't know really the situation with Backlum. And of course, you have a contract, but what are you going to do after that? We'll see what happened with the Flames, Randy. Do you have a prediction for Owenson season point? He's going to be a second center for over there. So we said to you, 50 points, 60 points, that will be the max I expect. It would fill up. Hopefully, he's not going to be injured. But that will be my 20 goal, 40 assists. That will be a good year for them. Consider this guy 50 points, 60 points as a center number 2 in NHL. That's a great. If you can pay him below around $5 million in below on your template salary cap, this is a great move from any team. Add those kind of results at the end of the day. Saber don't want a Kane. We want a character, guys. And the road, no thanks for real deal. Kane is on crutches. Look at Watson. Will the Kraken take a step forward, or they would take a step back, or would they both the same boat as the last season? I think they would be in the same boat. I think they will be. They prove it. If no, they lost Daniel Sprong, scored 19 goals with them. They had some kind of Yamamoto. They changed a bit the defensive. They lost Susi for them. I think they are going to be fine. They got Dumoulin. I think they'll be fine. Again, it will all depend on the performance of Grobauer. Grobauer have a really good, solid. And they face every night, guys. The Kings, the Oilers, the Vegas. 3 teams in front of them. And that's not easy against the Flame and the Canucks. Can they repeat? I don't see them better. Can McCann score again on more goal? Can Bernier can become better? What will be the contribution of Shane Wright? A lot of question about that, but that's my expectation. Can they make 100 points? You know, last year we always said they're not going to make it. We're not going to do this. And they figure out they make it, and they prove us wrong. Can you do it again next year? Would be interesting to see that. Great question, by the way, Kings. Considering your hot dog in a tap, Kane has some unpleasant story in Buffalo. Does not help yet. The taxi guy. We cheap on guys. Coach, Will thought on the Byfield in LA. I watched him and the GTM in Toronto. True talent, but disappear in game. You know, Quentin Byfield is another great example, guys. That when you grow and fast and you become tall, you have to relearn to skating. And his biggest problem at the end when he was playing with Team Canada, he was never make the first top 6 players because his skating was behind. This is the biggest problem now. You can see he's getting better. It took 2 years in the American League. They're really patient with him. They gave him with capital this year. He played a lot of TOI. Can he become another Tage Thompson? Can he become another Troy Terry? He reached his full potential like Villardi at 23, 24 years old. I still believe William, he still had that kind of potential. We just have to wait to be patient with him. You know, it was a second overall pick, if I can recall it. So expectations are there. And that will help them, helping contribute with the Lucian King. So I see him still on the top 6, whatever they have already, Dubois and Fiali and Kemp over there, and Alderson and Dano. They have, one of them are going to be play on the third line, by the way. They have too many good players. But That's what I'm thinking about Byfield. It's another big year for him. This kid had to score at least 15, 20 goals and produce 50 points. The potential, like I said, is there. Can they carry on this on the consistency night after night, game after game? This is a big question, William. Great question about I love those stuff like that, talking about hockey. Wait, well, Grenap, 1-2 edge, all right. Not just at somewhere. As Gerald should be on the trade block, not allowed the King. They could trade him at this draft, but did not get any one of them. I don't think so. They really believe on that kid. They have an amazing, great year with the Milwaukee Admirals. I feel like he's maybe one step to make the backup this year or not. But would be interesting to be a backup. I would Zarose for upcoming season if he can make the team for that one. And then I pick it up everything. Well, what year does Montreal win the cup? No pressure. I don't know about that. The real deal, win the cup and then it's guys so hard. What I'm looking for, guys, is Montreal go back and contender and the playoff. So for me, the year number 25, 26, Montreal have to be compete with any other team in the Atlantic Division. So talking about they're going to be make the playoff. We're very close to make the playoff. That's my year. So 3 years. 2 years again waiting. And then after that, we have to Montreal step up the next level. Real. For me, Stanley Cup. When the season starts, guys, the playoff, it's another game start, another season. What's getting out? Duchamp would be a name of the St. Coach or the Western team shortly. Yep, he's going to be a St. Coach guy for the Vegas Golden Knights. Great comments about this. Dominic Duchamp is going to be assistant coach for the Vegas Golden Knights, the winner of the Stanley Cup. For that one, Duchamp can be a coach again by doing the opposite what he did in Montreal. Covering and Toffoli and pick up the Provorov. I would like to see Wanson covering Toffoli. Marco Larby is in the house. Quick pop up. I still like to see you guys tonight. Thanks so much, Marco. Stop by. Coach, do you think if Montreal can stay healthy, could challenge for a playoff spot or at least play spoiler? I don't see that. Look, I don't see that. If you look about the lineup and compare them with the other lineup they have in NHL, can they compete with Ottawa? Maybe. Can they compete with Detroit? Maybe. But Boston, maybe. But you talk about Toronto and Florida and Tampa Bay and Buffalo, they are still behind. The key for me, if they can repeat, if they make 75 points, that would be a great year for the Montreal Canadiens. And they can finish 25th, that would be awesome. I don't want more. I want to draft top 7 again next season. But look, many times we are wrong. Injuries play a big factor, guys. You never know. And then a team go on the other way where we had, look, Columbus. We expect Columbus to have a really good season. They fall apart. Lose the Calgary Flame. After a good season, they fall apart. You always a team, guys, fall apart. Which one's going to be that team? Is it Seattle? Is it Florida Panthers? Is it, who knows? But I don't see, look, I'm more realistic at hope. I just have a great season next year to watching them. Excited to watching Caulfield, everybody else. Look, that's my point about that. What does our left winger lineup look like from 1 to 4? No Caulfield and probably Network, but after that, you have HP. It all depends, right? If you put Caulfield, I would say Hoffman 4 line. You have to keep Hoffman, obviously. Then going to be a mix-up of RHP and New Hook. It's all depends what the Montreal Canadiens as a Martin St. Louis are looking for to play the role for RHP and New Hook. So if you want to get speed with Doc, they maybe bring New Hook. If they want the aggressivity or RHP to puck retrieval, everything like that, they could go with RHP. But that would be the same way. Now, New Hook could become a center during time the work is not there too. That's another situation for Montreal Canadiens. But great question about that. We're going to talk about this tomorrow night, by the way, the roster. Do you think the Brady Tkachuk regrets signing a long contract with the Senator? I don't think so, Gary. He become captain. He want to establish himself. He's a good young kid. Want to be around those kids. I don't think so. I don't see that. He did not show any mistake about that or any remorse about that. I don't see that, Gary. Raminash, yes. Bergerin, some things. Guess not. For Andy. Garnier, not allowed at all to turn things around soon. Playoff this year. Do you still have hope for ad prospect Oliver Kapanen? No. No. Also, another prospect not many talk about can also position William Trudeau. Kapanen, unfortunately, I don't see this yet. We have to prove this in Laval Rocket. Now, he still have one more year to go over there. Look, he was a center number one in the World Junior Champion for Finland. He had a good year last year. But I don't see that. Like Jan Mizak, I don't see that yet. We'll see. William Trudeau is a really different case for him. He's a fighter. He's go through at the stage challenge. He's not afraid. He improved every single time you see William Trudeau. Every month he's getting better and better. It's just, no spot. So it's going to be a good asset for the Montreal to trade him at some point. And he can get some call up. But I like his competitivity. I love his toughness for William Trudeau. We'll see what he's going to develop. He still have a 1 year, full year, with maybe 2 years with Laval Rocket King. Cham need to embrace his inner contest just to opposite what the normality does about this. I'm still thinking of the club sandwich at 10:30. Here we go. Rick, enjoy about that. And that's what we got here, guys. I think we get everybody here in the chat. Danny exchange. We again down another two flames. We get that. If you what coach of the Avalanche, who you put the role top 6? Ratanen, McKinnon, Likanen. Now, Nikoshkin is going to be back or not. If he's back with Hohenson, that's 5. Maybe I missed someone here. I'm sure I missed someone. Let's see what we got here. Can you bring Drouin there? You can see the lineup is still missing a piece of the puzzle over there. Because that's the guy is out. Would be interesting, Willie. Great question, by the way. That gave me a chance to looking about that team a little bit more. Montreal played with American League last year. Is still good and not finished last. Monterey, Jack or Chiller. Everything. Coach, what is the same question? Willie Sander, but for the Devils, the Devils guys are strong about this. You can mix everybody there at the Devils. You're going to get good result, top 6 over there. Palat, right? You can put Jack Hughes, winger if you want to, with Nico O'Shire. And then you have Jesper Pratt with 240 easy over there. That give you a really good top 6 for them. And you can mention Timo Meyer. So that'll be a good one about that. Guys, we are 10:42. We're going to move on to the French quiz of the night. It's the time of the night to celebrate the French quiz. 3 questions tonight. I think they are pretty good questions. I would like to hear, I can't wait to hear you answer. What happened yesterday, guys, is the leaderboard. RG is still number 1 with 5 W. The winner last game was GP Levac with Woody Snyder, Luciano, and Luciano. It's Luc Lafortune, and Luc is on the straight back-to-back W. That gave him right now 3 W for Luc Lafortune. So we'll see if he can repeat tonight that for that one over there. If Luc, you are ready to rock and roll, that's what we got, guys. Thanks again. Don't forget to click on the like when you leave the building. Hopefully you enjoyed the show tonight. Leave me some feedback if you like my new studio or the news, by the way. Here we go, guys. Are you ready? Here we go. Which player has the most goal in the last 5 seasons in NHL? Who scored the most goal in the last 5 seasons? Is it David Pastrnak? Is it Austin Matthews? Leon Draisaitl? Alex Ovechkin? Or Connor McDavid? Who has the most goal in the last 5 seasons in NHL? Good luck, everybody. We have the first one. Rick Woods go with E on that one. That's just in time to impress myself on the quiz. Don't forget guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. Yes, the quiz for Nicolas. I have to think that Monte is going to be on that one. Marco go with C. Luc Laforcine C. Willie Snyder A. RGC. We have Willie Snyder A, J, Nicolas A, and our type E, Real B, Gary B, Vinny 007. Welcome back in the house, Mr. 007, with C, followed by Andy with C, and Danny go with Matthews about that one or that. Joseph Lam C, Randy Walkman B. Randy is on the straight, by the way. About that one there. We'll just wait a bit. King of Gamer KLS about this one. And we have King of Gamer. He got us all C about this one. We have a lot of C guys. Are they all right round? We'll wait a little bit. Gary Connery said B, Real Deal B. And I tried to pick it up, everybody. A lot of C element. Look at Forson. Here we go, guys. The winner of this first answer question is... And Luciano go with B, but it was C. And Luc Laporson, RJ, Marco, 007, Andy, Joseph, KLS, and King of Gamer, guys. It all scored 1 goal. Congratulations, guys. You did it. The first answer of this one over there. Congratulations. Question number 2 of the game tonight. Here we go. From this list below, which player has the most goal in the last 5 seasons? So only from the list you see below. That's it. Is it Steven Stamkos, Mika Rantanen, Kyle Connors, Brendan Point, and Nathan McKinnon? Which one of those 5 players have the most goal in NHL in the last 5 seasons? Here we go. Rick Woods, yep. Good for sure. Is Jose gonna get burned? Danny said. RJ go with D with Brennan Point. Danny go with E. Nathan McKinnon. Thank you, both of you. But it's slow right now. Oh, there you go. Now we have Joseph with McKinnon, Marco with C, Rick with B, and Arthur with C, Luc Laforcine with D. We have Luc Laforcine with D, Rantanen for Kane, Andy with C, Real Deal with E. Nicolas with C, Willis Snyder with E. We have E, Adami, welcome in the house. Gary with B, Real Deal with C, Vinny with D. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Randy with C, KLS D, and Luciano C. We'll see if there are any other people. A lot of great answers so far. Would be interesting. Are we going to take the lead? Or if we're going to have more players that get that one there. We're going to wait for 5 more seconds, guys. Look like everybody is out on this one there. The answer of this one, guys, is... C. Kyle Connors, guys. Marco Larrabee and Andy Koivula take the lead. And then we have a lot. In our tab, LD Prim. We have Luciano Graziano. We have Nicolas de Gobi Bono and Randy Walkman. All of them join the rest of the people with one good answer, guys. A lot of people score, and Rabinov get E on that one over there. And that's what we get, guys. This is going to be interesting for the last question of the night. We have 2 people with 2, but if they are wrong, maybe some of you are going to win and tie the game. Will be interesting. Last question of the night. And finally, guys, which player below has the most goal and their first, not in the last 5 seasons, and their first 5 seasons in NHL is still active? Only the player are active. They have the most goal once they start this year in NHL, the first 5 years in NHL. Is it Brennan Point, Alex DeBrincat, Zach Parise, Eric Stahl, or Connor McDavid? Really interesting there. Here we go. We'll see what's happening there. Coach, I broke my stroke. Here we go. Randy, you nail it. Can you tie the game to become a winner? Would be interesting. Good luck, everybody. This is a really important question. Answer because you can win tonight. Marco and Andy are the leader of 2-2 so far. Kane go with C with Parise. Thanks so much, Kane. Kane has 1 and 2. Rick Woods go with D with the Eric Stahl. We have Marco go with B. We have Willie Snyder go with C. Vinny 000 with B. Adami go with C. And Rabinov go with E. Joseph with C. And Rabinov is 0-2 so far. We won't tell anybody for Rabinov. We'll see what we get other people. Luc Laverson with E. Danny said A. Andy said B. KLS said B. Randy said E. Real Deal said B. Gary said C. Parise was a bees from. We wait, see anybody else? We wait for a little bit more. And at top said A, Brennan Point. RJ said D. Thanks so much. Joe Derek said D. Thanks so much. Still waiting for anybody else. Don't worry, my average is 0.3. Luciano go with E. Here we go, guys. Really interesting, guys. Because Marco Larrabee and Andy are, if they are right, they win. Andy go with B. Marco go with B. So both of them, if they are B, they win. But if they are wrong, many of you could tie the game. And what happened has to be B. Handrail. This said, and the winner of this contest, guys, not a winner, but the answer of this contest, guys, is... It's a D. And we have only RG tied the game. Everybody else is wrong. And only Mr. Woods have a good answer with RG at the D. It's Eric Stahl. Unbelievable. I knew that pick, it would be, this question is going to be mess up a lot of people. And Eric Stahl scored the most goals in his first 5 years in NHL. Congratulations, guys, for the 3 winners. Marco Larrabee, Andy Koivula, and RG. Again, he continues to take the lead. RG, unbelievable. Congratulations for each one of them. Wow. That's an amazing, great performance, everybody. Here we go. We are back here in the house. Again, thank you very much, Danny, about that. We want to remind everybody, guys, don't forget, please, to click on the like. Back with us tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Tomorrow night is the night I love the most because I don't have to talk a lot. because Marco and Artab talk more about the Montreal Canadian barbecue show at the Ab Nation. They're going tomorrow is about the roster 2024-2025. So going to, cut players they have already and then additional players and maybe go on the UFA to sign 1 or 2 players for the roster. So it'll be a really great exercise to having each one of you with us tomorrow night. And hopefully you enjoyed the show tonight. And before we leave, guys, don't forget to click on the like, watch my app daily news. I don't know, I'm going to do one tonight, but we're going to definitely talk about Alex Newhook tomorrow night and what's going on around the Montreal Canadian. What a great night, everybody. Hopefully you enjoy it. But before we leave, we want to remind everybody, don't forget one more thing, guys. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. You are awesome. Yes, you are awesome. Yes, you are amazing. Of course, you have greatness inside of you, guys. This is a great show of the Hockey Nation. Hopefully you enjoy it. We'll be back again tomorrow for one more time during this week before we take off a couple of nights, a couple of days off for me. But I don't offer. I make a lot of video, guys. You follow my channel. We want to thank all the moderators again performance tonight. I'll talk about the captain Danny, the chief Mr. Luciano, of course a co-host and moderator in our tab, and we saw at some point Jose Duarte. So the team's still strong, and all of you guys in the chat are supporter, maybe as a member or super chat or just show up here. This is what we're looking for. Show up every second night. We'll be here for a couple of more weeks, and I'm going to be ready after that. Until then, of course, we wish you an amazing, great night, sweet dream, and be ready for the amazing, great Wednesday tomorrow, July 12. Until then, be well, be ill, find a way. Not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half of what? Well, Nicolas said that. Yeah, I heard that. It's 2023. And I will wish you an amazing, great night. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night. And don't forget, again, 9 o'clock p.m., the Ab Nation. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. And remember, one more thing. The Hockey Nation said to you, we love you, people. Great night, friends. Booyah!